Hi, this is Ben, Maxwell and Jordan.
Hello.
From PCGamesN. We're going to discuss Operation Blood Orchid and changes to the meta in Rainbow Six Siege.
Awesome. So, if you don't know about Blood Orchid, which, I mean, come on, what are you doing here? Quick outline, we've got a new map, which is Theme Park, 3 new operators, so 1 from the Polish Grom, which we'll get the second one in the next season, and 2 from the SDU, which is the Hong Kong Special Division Special something unit. There's more, there's changes to the map rotation for ranked and casual, and also the TTS. I mean, so if you don't know, you can play it now on the TTS, and the release date is the 5th of September, so it's just a quick primer for if you don't know what's happening in the immediate future.
Now you do.
Yes. Also, if you're a Year 2 pass owner, you get access on 5th of September. The rest of, I think everyone else has to wait an extra week.
Yeah, it's always a week.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's kind of annoying, because I think we all thought it was going to happen August 29th. But
not if you cough up your money.
Yeah, exactly if. So we should start with the first new operator, or one of them anyway, is Ying, which is the next attacking operator. What does she bring to the table?
So the big gadget is candelabra charges.
Candela
charges. Like
Like
Beauty and the Beast, but candela charges, yeah, which can be used like fuses charges, so that they can be put through walls, or tossed as a grenade.
Yep. Or a third method is you can actually go into like a rolling animation. So the reason for that is you can set a timer on it. There's like a timer of like 3 different settings, when it actually explodes. If you anchor it on a wall, you get to select that as you place it. If you throw it, it just goes off basically immediately. And if you roll it, you can say once this, say like 3 seconds or something, then it explodes. But yeah, it's a really cool idea because fuse is great and everything, but the lethality is a problem on hostage, and also it'd be nice to have something that it's not just blowing people up. So a bit more elaborate than that. Something
Kieran, our video guy, could use so he wouldn't kill hostages every time we play.
Yes,
I think it'll be useful for him.
Yeah, he has a bit of a problem with that. But yeah, it's a really cool idea. One extra thing about her is she's immune to her own flash charges,
which is huge.
Yeah, so you could lob it in and just charge straight in as everyone else is sort of dazzled. You have to wait for the sort of the fuse to go off,
or look to the corner like a naughty child.
Yeah, exactly. So hopefully she'll be a huge old boost to the meta, especially for those like late game pushes when you really need to make a difference, and it's kind of do or die. Her weapons, she's got kind of an interesting setup. She's got an LMG and a shotgun, so no assault rifle, which is very strange for an attacker. The LMG is nothing special. It's quite it's not too beefy. It's not like Capital's Saw or Fuse's massive LMG. It's a bit more like an assault rifle, so I suppose that's not a huge difference. The shotgun is mental, to be honest. It's like a double barrel revolver style bullpup shotgun. Super powerful, and it looks like it's got quite a good bit of range on it from what I've seen. I should point out the person who played it wasn't me, but I've been looking at the footage over and over and over again. She also brings a claymore and 2 smoke grenades to the table, which I think is a pretty good setup. Claymore's quite standard for attackers now, really, isn't it? And the smokes should be useful for maybe rolling in those charges.
Oh, imagine that with the candela.
Exactly. So they've also got some new smoke models, which should mean that things are hidden better.
If you use them with the candelabra, you can make a really atmospheric, romantic kind of dinner situation.
It'd be lovely, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, sort of.
Okay, so Lesion is next. Is it Lesion or Lesion?
I'm going with Lesion.
But that's just, all right, well, fine. I pity the poor guy.
Okay, cool. So Lesion has cloaked goo mines, and I'm never going to stop being able to think about those little puddings that you can buy.
They look quite similar.
Yeah.
If you put drawing pins in the top of a goo pudding, you've pretty much got it, although they don't cloak.
Yeah.
So far in my experiments, anyway.
No, I've never. I don't want them to cloak. I want to eat them and see them disappear. But yeah, these are pretty cool. Basically, you start off the round with 1, and they're on like a timer. There's a max of 7 you can put down. They basically regenerate until you placed all 7, which is super helpful. You place them on a doorway, and because they're invisible, often they'll get triggered and it shoots out lots of poison spikes. Anyone who's hit by it not only has to then enter an animation to pull that spike out of them, they're stopped from sprinting, and also they receive damage over time. So it's really good for slowing people down, making them look for the trap, because, I mean, so the two traps in the game at the moment, frost traps and cap can traps, are super easy to spot. So hopefully this will make...
Well, you'd think, but I still get plenty of kills with them.
Oh yeah, I know. It's especially in casual, it's incredible how many people fall for that.
But the regenerating thing is really interesting, because you, as an attacker, you can't be sure if a trap's been deployed yet, or, you know, how many Lesion has access to at that point in the game. So you're never going to be relaxed. It's never going to be, oh, I shot all 3 of Capcan's traps, so we're fine now.
Yeah, which, you know, especially with a Twitch drone, I used to be able to knock out like all the traps in the preparation phase, and then be like, don't worry about those guys, and be super smug about it. Whereas now it's basically, you know, watch yourself. Which I imagine it's going to be so frustrating watching new players deal with traps like this. But it's also good because it makes Lesion a defender who's more effective the longer they stay alive. Because you can't just put all 7 down in the preparation phase. You've got to sort of churn it out. And like I am like, so this all feeds into the meta stuff, but it's really all about slowing down the game.
Close protection, keeping Lesion alive. So... Yeah, Kieran will probably execute him. Yeah,
somehow. In terms of loadout, he's got shotgun and SMG, same shotgun as Ying, and the SMG is also fairly standard. Doesn't seem too powerful. Very much standard defender SMG. Nothing that stands out like the MP5 or Jaeger's sort of carbine. It'll get you some kills, probably not much more than that. And in terms of second gadgets, you've got impact grenades, so 2 of them, and a deployable shield, which I think that's just, they fit him as well as anything else would. I don't think there's anything you particularly need to go with his loadout. Next up is Ela. So what does she have?
So her main tool is Grismot mines. Grismot? It doesn't have enough vowels. Grismot mines. Which are concussion mines, and they'll dazzle people who encounter them, but they can be placed wherever you like, right?
They're like,
more or less,
they're like sticky grenades, and as much as like they are super easy to lay down, you just lob them. Like you can put them above a doorway, you can put them on the floor, on the roof or ceiling. Already
really hard to check for.
Yes, really hard to check for this. I've already seen some ludicrous placement ideas. Like I've seen people shooting through the floorboards and placing them below that, so that you're never going to look into the little nook and cranny, and then bam, it works like an echo concussion. From what I've seen, not quite as impactful, so it won't like completely dizzy you for like 10 seconds or whatever echoes is. But yeah, there's 4 of them.
Plus the anti-teabagging.
Yes, the anti-teabagging one. So if you get downed, you can also detonate one of the stickies that's on you, which I think is just a sort of a reserve one. So if anyone's teabagging you, or you're getting interrogated by Caveira, you can let that one off and hopefully buy yourself some precious extra seconds.
Perfect.
Yeah.
As any kind of revenge I can get on teabagging, I'm happy with.
Exactly. It's also, if someone's just running past, you're about to go in for the knife kill. It's quite a cool idea. Not sure how much it'll really come into play. But yeah, they're a really good idea. So she's a 3 speed, 1 armor defender. So you can imagine this kind of setup being for roaming, moving about, placing them.
Yeah, she's
in
definitely a
you
roamer.
Wouldn't expect, and when you hear one go off, tracking it down and killing whoever's sort of dazed and confused.
We can also use them to cover your retreat path as well.
Yes.
So you can have a safe room or safe rooms and move back, and they're so difficult to check for that people aren't going to be able to rush you down if you get spotted while you're watching encroachment. So while I do worry about your obsession with weaponry, tell me about her guns.
Okay, SMG and shotgun. The reason she's really worth talking about when it comes to weapons is she's probably got the best loadout of all 3. The Scorpion Evo 3 A1, what a name, is ridiculously good. It's like a headshot beast in the same way that Mira's Vector is, and Smoke and Mute's SMG 11 is. It's high rate of fire, it's probably more damaging than both of them, if you aim it around the shoulders, you're going to get a headshot by the second or third shot. It's really awesome. It seems to have quite a good bit of bullet pen as well. I haven't seen the FO12 in action, but I understand similar to the 612 SD, the Lesion and Ying's shotgun, it's got quite a bit of range on it, and it's quite a different design. The other highlight is her pistol, which is also really powerful. It's like 2 or 3 shots to down, and it comes with a red dot sight, which we haven't seen before on any of the handguns. I'm not sure how useful that is, but I have seen Kieran's capture where he pulls out a few times, gets a couple of kills with it.
Right on the hostage's head.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Bam. Down goes the hostage. No, like, it looks really good. It's got a good amount of punch to it, but not unmanageable recoil like the revolver or the Desert Eagle. She also has barbed wire and impact grenades as her like optional extras.
Which again can be used for retreating routes.
Yeah, barbed wire.
I can't wait to use her actually.
Yeah, I think
it's going to be a real irritation.
Yeah, it's also makes me wonder what the second Grom operator will be like. I assume the shotgun will be the same. I assume maybe even the pistol will be the same. But if the 2 Hong Kong operators, I know I really like where they're taking the meta with this. So I'd like to see how they complete it with the Grom operator. But speaking of meta,
yes, on the subject of meta, well, it seems like it's going to be slowing down significantly. I wrote an op-ed about this, and I think it's a brilliant thing because the game has sort of been drifting towards 3-speed operators and rushes, which is fine. Yeah. But you know, it looks like we're going to tick down a little bit. You know, what we've discussed before, the goo mines and the Grismot mines, they're difficult to check for, so this is going to slow your pace.
Yeah. As
you encroach, you're going to have to be a lot more careful. They're not just in standard places. You know, whilst that's going to make the game in general, or the early game slower, it's probably going to lead to more late game rushes.
Yes.
Which is going to be exciting.
Yes, I love late game rushes when you know there's only 20 seconds left. And it's just that moment where you think, oh, I've got this in the bag, and yeah, if it's a good attack, you can really make it. You see it a lot in Pro League as well. Like, Pro League is all about running down the clock. So it would be good to see that sort of transition over to casual and ranked. But yeah, especially one of the other things as well is not just that we've got 2 trappers out of 3. They've got a lot more traps between them. Yeah. Like, it's not just 3 frost traps, 3 capcans. You've got 7 potentially for goo, 7 goo, or 4.
That's a lot of puddings.
Yeah, exactly. Or 4 concussion mines. So imagine that with Frost and Capcan on the same team, and it could be an absolute nightmare trying to navigate through places.
But then when you finally do reach the objective, those Candler charges are going to make so much more sense because you're going to be able to disorient anyone who's left in there.
It should also push some of the sort of must-pick attackers like Cabana and Ash out of the meta a little bit, and hopefully bring in IQ and Twitch, who I love both of them, and they see quite a lot of use in the upper echelons, but yeah, I could imagine them being used a lot more in casual, which would be nice.
So I mean, you mentioned just now the idea that we're getting perhaps more in line with Pro League play. They're making another change to map rotation, which will do the same thing, right?
Yeah, so new ranks rotation. They're taking, I can't remember how many they've taken out, but the new rotation looks like this. It's Bank, Clubhouse, Oregon, Cafe, Consulate, Chalet, Border, Coastline, and Skyscraper.
No plane!
No plane, and also no theme park, so the new map, you'll only be able to hit up in casual, which is kind of disappointing.
But the idea behind it is that they want to try and make it a bit easier for new players to, because the game just continues to grow and get more popular, they want to make it easier for new players to learn the maps, because it is a huge amount of information to take in as the map rotation increases. So ranked is going to stay locked for this season at least, whilst new players can figure out stuff, and we can figure out the new map at the same time, I guess. We'll see what happens. But I'm really going to miss playing.
Yeah, it's the one place you could use Tachanka in that like corridor and luggage hold. I used to always do it, and people don't expect it. And you know, get aces on playing with Tachanka is the best feeling ever, and you could do it with surprising regularity.
But even though it's not going to be in ranked, the theme park level is very interesting in that they are experimenting with longer sightlines.
Yes.
So Tachanka maybe could be an interesting choice, but operators like Glaz, who currently have to work with quite tight spaces.
Yeah.
I can't. I mean, it's really exciting.
Yeah, especially now that they've changed the smoke models, which sounds like a really lame thing to talk about, but it's sort of been a huge gripe for a lot of players, especially Glaz players, because smoke wasn't rendered the same on each person's screen. So if, your enemies might see a totally different thing to you seeing, so you don't know when you're exposed. From the looks of it, the smoke is really thick now, so Glaz with his thermal sight will be able to eat up defenders for dinner or breakfast or whichever time of day it is. But yeah, I think that would be really good, especially for some of the defensive ops who've got surprisingly decent long range weapons like the Rook's SMG and with the ACOG scope and Jaeger with carbine. So, and also Frost, her SMG is really good for long range engagement. So hopefully it'll spread out the action a bit more.
And of course, not quite as so important, but thematically, it's a bit of a silly map, which is interesting because we've had some quite dry, based on real situations.
Yeah, like the maps have always been super serious. Like Plain is Air Force One, Oregon is
it Waco?
Yeah, Waco Island, which you think, oof, a bit close to the bone. Or it's not, it's very realistic in that respect. So it'll be good to see something a bit more bonkers. They've really had some fun with their key art when they've been teasing new stuff like Tachanka lying on a sofa and just chilling out, or on a roller coaster. I don't think we're going to see any roller coaster action, but
I mean, I'm not that good at aim already. I don't need to be on.
I don't know. I'd love to set up Tachanka's main gun on a roller coaster.
Or Capcom's traps.
Yeah.
Just as you go over, just as you crest. I guess it's the natural evolution of cafes' Christmas decorations, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now we can have dry ice, scary ghost trains, weird lighting.
Yeah.
It will be interesting to see how the shadowing plays out in this, though, on a more tactical level, because it looks like there's a lot of places to hide.
Yes, a lot more cover in the middle of the rooms from what I've seen, which has always been like there might be like one central unit in a room, but I think being able to hide in those little nooks and crannies and pick up a kill from people who just don't expect it is really fun. So hopefully more of that.
And we'll see whether my bright pink weaponry helps me or hinders me.
Yeah, probably the latter, in all seriousness. So that's everything for Blood Orchid. Maps, operators, the lot. Again, you can get that if you're a Year 2 Pass owner on September 5th, and it'll be a week later for everyone else, I hope. It's on the TTS now, by the way, if you really, really, really want to try it out. If you liked it, don't forget to like and subscribe to the video, hit the bell so that you keep getting more and more updates from our lovely YouTube channel. In the meantime, I'm Jordan. This is Ben.
Bye-bye.
Bye.